skies are darkening the world, you know. The hills no longer green. Like the animals, your blood will flow. Dreaming of this Christmas.
Smiling wide with empty eyes, I'll find you. You're a lot of fun, just like your friend. You're hiding, but I'm deep inside your mind. You'll die 1,000 times, do you wanna try again? You're tired of running, nowhere to hide it. I'm getting closer every second.
Behind you.
There's so many songs to play with, so little time. Not long till I find you. Run for your life. You're in my world now. You're joining your friends. I'm coming to take your soul. In the end, you can't run.
Sonic, or 2017X, is seemingly going in a completely different direction. Now, we knew this since the continuity of the canon, quote-unquote, was directed towards ALPI. So, to be clear, this isn't 2017X, and the only reason I said 2017X is because it's kind of just so you get an idea of what the character was based off of, and it's probably something that people are going to recognize. But for all intensive purposes, I'm going to say that this is Sonic or Awakening Sonic, because that's who this is, with a completely new design and a different approach to the story. And while we don't have too much on it, I wanted to give some of my thoughts in the direction that it was going, because I'm sure some people were curious. You guys may find out that this video is not scripted, and that's just because I wanted to get something out today, because I'm working on another really big video that's taking up all my time, but I was able to finish it. It was supposed to go out today, but something happened. Completely understandably, I cannot tell you guys what it is until after it releases, because it is a surprise, but it'll definitely be worth it. I just need you guys to hang in there for at least maybe one more day. But right now, this is what I'm giving you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the character itself, what I think about him, and what is going on and what I think will happen in the story. So without further ado, I'll just show some gameplay and I'll talk about it. Before anything, I want to say that ALPI says that you can use 2017X in your projects. Like, you don't have to ask them for permission. So like, if you guys can just spread that around, let people know, like, you can use this version of Sonic. The first thing, aside from that, I want to address is Sonic's new design and what I think about it. I love it. It's a great design for the character, and it goes perfectly for what they're going for. I feel like some people have criticized the design, and that's mostly just because I have to say it. It's in the elephants in the room, the giant grippers. All right, these things, they are out. This is not X. To my understanding, this is not 2011X. This is not any version of X. This is something else entirely. You can see the way that the fingers bend and the uncomfortable nature of it. Like, I don't like the feet. I think a lot of people have said that, but does it make you uncomfortable? Because if yes, then it's doing its job. At least that's what it is on the 2D version when it's drawn. Seeing this character like this is incredibly fitting, especially for what they're going for. The core of his design is still here, but it's made to fit the story of Awakening. It's like it's a failing AI trying to replicate a character. And I'm glad the AI didn't actually make this, by the way. Oh, to go along with that, Sonic is also getting a different voice, or a new approach to his voice. Of course, it's still voiced by Simi. Shout out to Simi. Simi is doing more of a, like, it feels like Sonic, but it doesn't feel like Sonic at the same time. And I think that's exactly what he was going for, and he absolutely crushes it. This approach, I'm going to play a little bit of his voice so you guys can get an idea.
Hey, are you okay? Don't worry. That should be the last of that Egghead's robots for now.
I definitely think that this is a great approach. And if you guys want to hear more of his voice, there is a video linked down in the description. Basically is the voice reel, and you guys can get a feel for how he's going to talk to people. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about aside from the design is if you look thoroughly enough, you can actually find some animations of the character in 3D. At first, it seems like a blank canvas of a 3D landscape of a city, right? Near the end, you can kind of see something running past the screen. And I don't know if this is a teaser to the game that they're working on, or I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read some parts of that from the newsletter, which will be down in the description below, starting with where it says about Sonic. In Awakening, Sonic behaves similarly to the real deal, and most of his interactions with other characters are surprisingly casual and carefree, although it may still come off as eerie due to his inhuman speech patterns and off-putting appearance. His actions tend to be a little unhinged at times due to how brutal he can get, particularly in instances where he's fighting against badniks or rivals. The former of which he attacks with murderous intent, since to him, they're just basic enemies and Eggman's robots. His level of disconnection from what is actually happening is very severe. Sometimes he talks to things that aren't even there. Throughout his body, there are imperfections resulting from poor generation, and he subconsciously poses and frames himself in a way to hide them. He is not aware of said imperfections, though he feels discomfort when they're pointed out, particularly his face. He genuinely believes everything to be normal, and that view mustn't be shattered for him. I see so much potential going forward for this specific character. I like the direction that they're taking, and they're matching it with his design. It really feels like this thing is trying to impersonate something and master it, but it's just off. It feels different. Simi does a good job directing that voice, like it's imitating Jason and Ryan, but it's definitely noticeable in the way that he talks, or shifting it into something that's more like Sonic, but different. The newsletter showed a lot of cool stuff that we can look forward to, or at least just gave us a glimpse into the character. Here's what direction I think they're gonna go, or at least some stuff that I would like to see. I think this want to be something heroic, something to be good, but not having the mental fortitude and the necessary body to replicate it is an amazing concept. And it does still feel like, you know, the legacy version of Sonic, but it is entirely different because the story is different. Whereas it was X who convinced himself that he was Sonic after being obsessed, this thing just wants to be Sonic. It wants to imitate his speech, his mannerisms, but for some reason just can't. It's mentally unstable. It's sort of insecure about its appearances, and if you don't agree with it, you are going to feel its wrath, or you're going to feel that uncomfortableness when pointed out. It is full of delusion. I imagine after everything is said and done, after he crashes out, for lack of a better term, he'll go back to normal. He'll act like nothing happened. I really want to see this inner conflict explored. It said he talks to people who aren't there, and I feel like that is such a big hint to where his story will go. Those people that aren't there could convince him to do certain things that he might not want to do, or maybe he does and he's convincing himself. Again, we were given so little, so most of this is speculative. I'm not like in insider circle that knows anything more than you guys. But nonetheless, I'm still fascinated because I want to see the inner conflict that he has, the struggle, the battle with himself to realize that he's being something that he's not, that it itself is something that it is not. And what if it could build a genuine connection with its victims before they become victims? You know, what if he found someone who accepted him, but it kind of struggled with it, and someone who was genuinely nice to him, genuinely believed whatever he was, just going along with it in kindness, but over time he begins to doubt He begins to doubt them regardless of everything that they've said. I think that would be a really cool direction to go. Watching this character go through a mental break, it would be like walking on glass, and which shard would go in your foot could happen at any moment. The animations for the character, like I'm really hoping for a 3D Sonic game, obviously, but I know that they have other stuff in the works, like music and other environments and stuff like that is going to be really cool. Just know that this is going to take some time for it all to come together, and I think it's good that we're all patient. They are working as hard as they can to put everything together. Hell, the 3D renders look absolutely amazing, and obviously they revealed the voice, and we have an idea as to what this character is going to do. It just depends on what kind of setting that he's going to be put in. He's said to have talked to people casually. He's only violent and more aggressive when it comes to Badniks and his rivals and stuff like that, which could get pretty ugly. I think I have an idea as to what I could see. I'm also expecting to be surprised with the direction that they go, but so far, this seems like a great spot to put him in. This character has always fascinated me, so I'm hoping he's going to get a proper character. So far, with the redesign, I can see the potential here. It's disgusting, disoriented, like it's so, I hate looking at it. So I really, it's going to be interesting to see this thing move in a game, and especially with how fast Sonic is, and see if he will be fast. It's definitely going to be a really interesting thing. Though he may be energetic, friendly, and easygoing, there's going to be something unnatural about the way that he speaks. He can be this nice guy, but suddenly it'll slip into something violent. It's Sonic, but to a more extreme villainous way, seeing them nothing as trash that needs to be thrown away. His grip on reality is fragile, talking to things that aren't actually there. He knows he has deformities, he knows that he has to see it, but he moves around to hide them, and specifically postures himself in a certain way so you don't see that. Pointing these flaws out makes him uneasy. Like, what if this character had a want for freedom, but was trapped by its own design? What if this character was a prisoner to the ideals that it wants? Sonic represents free will, your own choices, but what if something it wants so desperately it tries to form the illusion of that? I really want to see this character want normality, to have that mental break and cry and scream and say that it wants this morality, or it wants this normal life. It wants to feel normal. It wants to be normal. It wants to be Sonic. I want it to reach by the end of whatever story it's trying to tell. I want Sonic, quote unquote, to break down and cry because it wants to be this thing. Like, I want to see it fully mentally rake and plead to be its hero, to be looked up to be this energetic being. I don't know if I can explain it justice because, again, it's not scripted and you guys could tell because I might sound repetitive, but it's still gonna have a broken face form, and that's something that I think you guys should know, which is going to be interesting to see because it's going to shatter its body. Maybe. We haven't seen it yet, so we don't fully know, but it'll likely shatter its appearance. But yeah, all right, I pretty much yapped enough. I just wanted to do a small video, get it out there, and talk a little bit about it because I'm excited to see the developments. It's going to be a while before we get another update for the character, so I figured, hey, why not? Because I feel like I should talk about it, as this is an entirely new direction for the character, and I'm really excited to see it. So, all right, guys, subscribe. I promise the Solid.exe Whisper of Soul video is going to come out. Please be patient. It is a marathon. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys how long it is, but I think you guys will like it. Use code Dunkachi on your cheeky order. Link is down in the description below, and stay spooky.